I have just enough cell battery to open up day. Oh my gosh, I have no idea if this is 8 or 9 or what day we're on. We've been traveling for a week and a day now since last Sunday. I did not do any filming yesterday, so I will catch you up on that after I do the intro and get my phone recharged. So I'll open it up real quick. We're kicking off today, whatever day this is, from Peaks of Otter Campground along the Blue Ridge Parkway. And today we are headed to Rocky Knob Campground along the Blue Ridge Parkway, still on the Virginia side. And then the next day, we'll head into North Carolina. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of your choice. I'm still working on this morning's coffee. And keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times, and your pet appropriately leashed when required. So not much further south from Peaks of Otter area. We're pulling in because we had signal come in, and we had a whole bunch of texts all of a sudden pop through, and some of them were from our friends Steffi and Tim Waco. Check out their YouTube channel. Well, Teddy's really good friends with their son Xander, and Teddy had sent Xander a package, and Steph had sent me video clips of Xander saying thank you and stuff. So we had to stop and play those for Teddy. So then I checked notifications real quick since I had signal. So it's a good time to remind everyone, I do have a Hammocks to Coasters Facebook page as well. I also have Instagram. We also run a Facebook group called Teddy's Tribe, where I really encourage and invite others to share little tidbits of either their adventures on the go of any kind of travel or recreation or adventures, or your adventures at home. Maybe you're into cooking or crafts or DIY projects or gardening, or share about your kids, your grandkids, your pets, any of that, any real life stuff, any just goofy poll questions you want to put in. I welcome all of that in Teddy's Tribe. I try to make it pretty real life stuff, and you're welcome to just post directly, or you could even cross share from your Facebook business page or share links from your YouTube channel or whatever. Anyway, so we pulled in here to view Upper Goose Creek Valley. Elevation is a little shorter than what you've seen in a lot of these elevations that we've been at. It's only at a little over 1,000. Oh, the elevation down there is 1,000. I see. The elevation here is 19. Still a little bit under 2, but it is still chilly. We finally got Teddy out of one hoodie. He finally agreed to put on a cleaner fleece today. But it is only like 53 degrees right now. Teddy's dancing. I don't know. I think we're adjusting to the cold, though. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, but I am going to throw my hockey jersey on, or my Spirit jersey, I think. Again, I just know that once it does break, then I'll be warm. But it is a pretty view. Pretty clear air this morning. Some thistle, pretty thistle, looking in the distance. But Teddy said, well, we should get out and film since we pulled in here, and I agree. So, well, we'll have to head on down the road. I only have it powered back up a little bit, so I need to get my phone powered more in case we do get out for a longer walk or something. So we had stopped at another overlook, but we just were out goofing off. I didn't really film because I actually had edited and was letting it render and save. So now we're at Mills Gap. You have a view of the James River down below, but also we found this cloud, this low-hanging cloud. If you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit here. Look at that low-hanging cloud. That is super cool. Now I'm gonna zoom out 2 clicks. Let's see, Teddy, can I see the James? Oh, I see a bridge down there. I see the James River. So I'm gonna click down to show you. Click, click, if you can see. James River right there. Oops, I just messed up yeah, that's cool. So at this overlook, I ran into this, and I've been following these people all the way down through Skyline Drive. I kept bumping into these vehicles and all the way down the Blue Ridge. So finally I decided to ask. So this girl is trying to do the fastest known attempt on the AT, and she's raising money for Girls on the Run. So here is all this information. I'm also going to get photos to put on Instagram, on my Facebook page, and share in my Facebook group. So if you guys would just kind of look over any of this on any of the socials that you follow, and especially if you're an AT fan like I am, really cool thing. So actually at an overlook, and it has signal. So I'm trying to upload to YouTube. So luckily the GoPro is now charged. So I'm going to use this for a little bit. So we had almost drove by this overlook, and then I peeked in and I said, oh my gosh, this has rocks. Teddy's going to want to play on this for a while. Look at you, cutie.
I know what to do that.
You fit in the crack.
Crack?
You're the crack of the crevice of the rocks. Look at you. You're in the crack of the rocks.
Wow, 'cause I'm getting down.
Yeah?
Yeah?
That's okay.
I'm climbing.
Lucy's out for this one too, sniffing. We've really been taking our time this morning. I'm actually glad we left the campground early because we've really kind of had the Parkway mostly to ourselves, except for that really cool stop I just had there where I met the crew supporting the Appalachian Trail Runner. But otherwise, this has been nice. We've had overlooks to ourselves to just get out, be goofy as a family. Teddy's been yodeling. We've been playing, and then through it all, I'm probably going to have another video uploaded here before it's said and done.
Oh, down. Yeah.
You're down now.
No, let's see if I can get back up again.
Okay, just be very, very careful. I'm going to kind of walk around and film some of the overlook here. There is a AT trail crossing here somewhere, I think. There's a nice trash can, which is good because I just had a raspberry bar so I can get my wrapper out and throw it away. There is a picnic table over there too. Just be really careful, Teddy, okay? I'm going to walk over here for a minute and see what this fence is about because it has an interrupt sign, so it's got to be something important. I love it. This is one of those spots. Hold up a minute, Lucy. Where there's several spots along the Blue Ridge where you can actually see to the east and to the west simultaneously. So that's really cool. So I come up here out of the parking lot, you can see the Parkway, and that's looking east. And if you stand up here on this ridge, then you're looking west. I was hoping I could barely see a Teddy's head over there. I don't think it's picking it up on film very well. As you can see, the picnic table faces west. So that would be a good picnic table for a sunset. And we're here at Boblett's Gap Overlook. And let's come see what this sign is. Okay. This is the Boblett Family Cemetery. Small family cemeteries were once common in the mountains and can be seen frequently along the Parkway. A rail fence kept out wandering livestock. Often a rectangular piece of rock served as a gravestone, although some graves have had inscribed markers. Childhood diseases claimed many young lives. Of the 7 graves here, 5 were children less than 2 years old. Ashes of other related family members continue to be scattered here. Wow. Okay, guys, stay out for respect, honey. Yeah, this is a cemetery. I know it doesn't look like it, but we should stay out for respect. He's gonna go get a higher view. I'm gonna walk a little bit over here and see the view from the picnic table, so just stay safe, okay? You can go back up like you were in that same spot. Let's come see what the view is from this picnic table. Lucy's like, I'm loving today too. I've gotten lots of walks already this morning. Happy girl. I tell you, it's still only like 50 degrees. It is crisp. It is a crisp fall morning. Cute little picnic table. And I mean, not an expansive view, but still a nice view. And yeah, it would offer a sunset view looking west like that. Let's come see a Teddy, huh? There he is. Do I want to climb? No, honey, I'm just walking Lucy, but I love watching you climb. I'm actually going to get my wrapper and make use of this trash can to throw my wrapper away. What? Look at him. He did a little photo shoot with a photo up there. That is super cute, but I've forgotten how to check the pictures back to see it. All right. So I'm kind of filming between my cell and the GoPro, so I hope I remember what clips go on what. Anyway, I just was kind of finally unfolding the map, the Blue Ridge Parkway map. It's the park map is hard. It goes like one side's Virginia, one side's North Carolina. So I wanted to show you. Peaks of Otter is where we were staying. So we're coming down through all of this. We just came around Roanoke. Teddy was complaining because there was no good overlooks. And now we're coming out, and it doesn't really show this overlook here, but we're heading down towards Rocky Knob. So this one is just a view of Mason's Knob, which is up there, and the elevation up there is 3,200. The elevation here is 1,430. And I can hear like mowing in the distance. We're still kind of on the outskirts of Roanoke. Hi, Teddy.
Bump.
Bump. But he had to get Wiggles out again.
I'm gonna get my bed toy out.
Now, I do want to give the side note that there's actually a few things like you could, like there is a lot of the Parkway. If you really studied the Blue Ridge Parkway, there's actually a lot of additional fun stuff that you can come right off the Parkway and do. And Roanoke especially is like that. I know like once I went to this cute little mountaintop zoo in Roanoke and stuff, but for our trip, we're just kind of cruising along, doing overlooks, short hikes, camping, picnicking, a lot of that. But I did want to give the note that if you were a person that really wanted to even slow it down even more, there's a lot of other little side trips, historic sites, museums, restaurants, farm stands, other hikes, canoeing, you name it. So don't feel that you're limited all the time to just what is on the Parkway. I mean, you could actually take a couple of weeks to really do this really good justice. Got some motorcycles coming up through.
Open the hatch, Mom.
Open the hatch. You got to excuse our personal little joke we got going on. Sometimes we get riding along and we get giggling about something, and it just goes on and on and on. I did want to look at your mammal thing though, Teddy, because I'm wondering why a deer's not on there. He says, because I asked him, we saw a deer and I was quizzing him and I'm like, is deer a mammal? And he said no, because he looked at his thing, and I said, well, let me look. So this is too funny. So this is why Teddy didn't think deer were mammals. All the deer that he has seen between Shenandoah and here actually have all been does or fawns. He actually has not seen a buck. So when he looked at this and it was just showing bucks with horns, he's like, well, no, what I've been seeing doesn't have horns. So now I understand. But yes, deer is a mammal. But this is a pretty good little pamphlet. We haven't really had time to play with this tree one yet, but I want to do some more with that later. Hey, I just wanted to let you know too that usually at most of these I get Lucy out too, even if I'm not filming showing her out. Sometimes I get out and film, sometimes I get out with Teddy and then take Lucy out, or you know, there's a mix of everything. And also, like if you see us having meals like when I do our camping videos and you don't think we're eating a lot, it's because we're snacking our way through the day, aren't we, Teddy? Usually every stop we're grabbing something from the snack pack a lot. Like we've already had this morning, like raspberry bars, peanut butter on bread, dry cereal, yogurt covered raisins. I have dates that I've been eating and picking at. We have the mandarin oranges, the cuties, and all of that. And Teddy's now eating a go-go squeeze, if I didn't mention that yet. We have a plethora of snacks that we just keep munching our way through the day. So sometimes that is why, like at night at the campground, we're just basically maybe having some rice too for something else hot. We do really munch our way, trail mix, you know, a whole mixture of things. So sometimes you might not be seeing everything we do on camera. So yeah, we are getting plenty of hydration. I usually have my coffee in the morning at the site. Rarely do I have another cup of coffee during the day, especially when we've been doing the camping stuff and I'm in nature. Hold on a minute. I'll come to you. So really hydrating well with water, and always, oh right, Teddy hates it when it goes dark. And also what you might not be seeing, like our hydrating nutrition, and that Lucy gets plenty of exercise as well. All right, Teddy, honey, I'll come back towards you. What did you want to say?
There's a new theme park called Epic.
Yes, Teddy's very excited that he's been talking on the phone with his dad about Epic opening in the spring, huh? And which part of Epic are you most excited about?
Super Mario Land.
Yes.
I want pizza.
Yeah.
Can I make that little pizza at the little pizza stand?
They might, huh?
Plus, I'm so excited about a new one called How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, that's right. We haven't shown everybody that. Hold on. Let me go get your book and show them what we did. Where's that? So I never really did fill you guys in on why we didn't film yesterday. Part of what we did yesterday was we drove into Lynchburg, and I really couldn't film because I had to back up everything off the GoPro, try to get things on the cloud, upload to YouTube, and try to just clean up a whole bunch of hard drive space on both the GoPro, my phone. We had to work with Teddy's Kindle because he did have 2 Kindles and now he's going down to just 1 Kindle. And we had just a lot of tech stuff we had to do. And I really couldn't use the GoPro or my phone to film. So we really did not film any part of our experience in Lynchburg. But we did, while we were in Lynchburg, quickly go by the hospital that Teddy was born in. He was born in Virginia, at Virginia Baptist in Lynchburg. I really had hoped also, when I was in Lynchburg, I was going to try to meet our friend Cornelia. So Cornelia, if you see this, I'm so sorry. Just timing did not work out. I couldn't even know for sure when I was going to be in Lynchburg to contact you to try to meet for a snack or lunch. But Cornelia was actually one of Teddy's NICU nurses, and we've remained friends with her ever since Teddy was born. So we kind of took a 0 day from filming yesterday. We actually did stop coming back into the park, into the Blue Ridge Parkway. We stopped at a really cool picnic area. But the same thing, when we were doing it, my phone was backing up because I still had signal at that point, LTE signal. Anyway, so that's why we never filmed. Also, I was going to say we are still doing a lot of homeschooling that I may or may not be showing always on camera. So even if you don't see us mentioning homeschooling or doing homeschooling, we are actually continuously. Sometimes it's just not the same sitting down and doing like 2 hours worth of homeschooling. Sometimes it's very scattered. Sometimes we're mixing in other things like Junior Ranger program, which we've been working on. And then this, Teddy, we found a book exchange last night at the campground. So Teddy traded in one of his health books because when we got his newer health book, we realized it was mostly a repeat of his kindergarten one. So we were like, well, we're not going to do that. And he found this at the book exchange, and that's what he brought as his takeaway. How to Train Your Dragon Book 1. And we did start it last night. Did we do 2 chapters, Teddy, last night? Yeah, we stopped on 3, right? Yeah, stopped on 3. So he was enjoying that. Plus he's been reading to me before bed in the tent, and I want to show you what he's doing right now too. Another thing we're keeping right handy right in the back seat for him to putter on, but just when we're having breaks, is his doodle pad, which he was writing his name, and of course then when I came back to film he was just writing, is that like snow?
No, dots.
Dots. Dots.
I call it my dot pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make a new one.
Okay, are you done the Go-Go Squeeze?
Yeah, but now I'm going to make a great pizza.
Okay, I was showing everybody too. See, he's constantly got stuff going on back here because he's studying what states we've been to, what states we're gonna go to, what states he'd like to go to. He has pencils back here. He has his sticker puzzle, and then he's been independently working on maze activity book, and like I said, his doodle pad. And then he's got his nature guides. There is just a plethora of ongoing activity that sometimes I'm just not always showing.
Look, Mama,
oh, I want to. What is this? Huh? What is that? What is that artwork, sir?
It's the grapes.
Those are grapes. Okay.
Grapes.
Scrapes?
Huh?
Like a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see where you're going now. But as you can see too, the car, we're tiny, but we're making it work. We're doing pretty good. So those are just some updates I thought I would throw into today's travel vlog. And if you're stumbling across this and wondering, my gosh, what are they doing? Maine to Florida, but they're going all the way down the Blue Ridge. This is just kind of what happens when you're willing to let your life just go on the fly. We started having such gorgeous weather that now we've just rolled with it.
Mama,
Yeah?
it's the Appalachian Trail dimple picture.
Oh, that's a good attempt of the Appalachian Trail symbol. That's very good. That's a white hash, huh?
Yeah, it's a white hat.
Yeah.
But I did not have white in my pencil.
That's okay. I know what it is. I can tell, honey. So yeah, we're just living with it, enjoying the moment. A lot has gone on for us, with my dad being not well, and we had moved from Florida to Texas this year, and that kind of, I don't know, Teddy and I didn't adjust to it very quickly, and now we're kind of accepting, and I've kind of announced this on Facebook and stuff, but I haven't announced it on video officially. We did think we were going to try to start researching apartments in Florida and move into an apartment in January, but Teddy's loving this life. Oh wait, what do you got now?
A gun picture.
A sun? That is beautiful.
Yeah, but it did not have yellow color.
I know, but I can tell what it is. Thank you. That's beautiful. So Teddy and I have been really talking, and we're loving this whole lifestyle of travel and having his homeschooling revolving around travel, that we kind of changing gears. An apartment would be really expensive, so instead we're going to start saving money to someday have poor Sebastian either become our second car that we just kind of bebop around in, or leave with Mark when we're traveling. And all three of us have discussed it, and we've discussed it really in depth, and we are finally gonna start switching gears to... Okay, let me come see your cloud picture. Wow, that's nice.
Thunder.
Wow, and thunder too. So we are gonna actually start switching gears and setting aside so much money each check to start saving towards and continuing to fix our credit. And instead of getting an apartment, we are gonna get some sort of, obviously, something better than Sebastian, that Teddy and I can go away for more travel excursions with. Sometimes all of us, although Mark's gonna continue to work for a few more years. But we are gonna, I think, start switching that to go back to the idea of more travel and not a full-time apartment in Florida. With that said, we are still headed to Florida. We're gonna play in Florida throughout all of October. Mark is still due to meet us in Florida at like the beginning of November, have a 2-week vacation, and then we're all going back to Texas. Gonna spend Thanksgiving, Christmas in Texas, and then in January, I think Teddy and I are either gonna take another excursion to Florida and maybe leave Lucy with Mark, and maybe we'll just fly to Florida for a while. Or maybe we're gonna go do some of the stuff out west that you do more in the winter, like through southern Arizona, Mojave Desert, Death Valley, all of that. Time will tell. Anyway, I'm digressing from the travel day, but I thought it was a good opportunity while we're just kind of having more of a slower day today to give some updates on what's been going on, why this trek turned longer than it was intended between Maine and Florida, and why we didn't really film yesterday, and what our future is. Yes, what would you like to show everybody?
Book.
Your book?
So we just left and go over here, then go over to here. And this little blue is the Cape Cod KOA.
Yes. Do you want to show everybody where you went after the Cape Cod KOA? What state did you sleep in? Pennsylvania?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then what state did you sleep in? Maryland?
Maryland.
Yeah, at Catoctin, yeah.
Where's Catoctin?
He doesn't really show you. It's in Maryland, honey.
Maryland.
Yeah?
Where do you think Maryland?
Move your finger. I'll show you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read. It's this little one down there. Yeah, and then you drove through West Virginia briefly. We got a really cool geocache in West Virginia. If you didn't see that video, you guys should go back and see when we stopped at the West Virginia Welcome Center. I went geocaching and found the outhouse. Yep, now we're in Virginia, and then tomorrow we'll enter North Carolina.
Plus that's Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's Mississippi.
Yeah.
Hiya!
Hiya! Okay, we should get rolling again, Teddy. Hey, it's actually warm down here in this lower elevation. This one's not bad, but there's kind of an example. Like, some of these overlooks, you gotta remember, were created long ago, and we've had a lot of growth since then. So this one does still have kind of a view, but I will warn you, Sometimes you'll pull over these overlooks and there's just trees and bushes and you actually have no view whatsoever. Teddy still wanted to stop. He's really into overlooks today, especially now that we're kind of past Roanoke and starting to climb elevation again. So now we're up to 2035. This is Podges, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Podges Mill Overlook. But yeah, some of them, you know, not exactly stunning as some others are. The good part is, especially if you're just enjoying the weather like we are, I mean, this is pristine weather today. Compared to Florida, compared to Texas. Well, I guess Texas is actually nice right now. Mark's reporting that Big Bend is actually gorgeous weather, but when it was summer when we were there, you know, it was 110 degrees. Couldn't go out and do anything, and Florida's always humid and rainy and full of bugs, so I don't know. I think that's why we've really been wanting to just linger and really kind of random nothingness. Not really. As you can see, some of the leaves are starting to fall. And this is really what our past few days has been, is just enjoying the ride, huh, Teddy? Picking up leaves and touching rocks and really like no big agenda in particular. But yeah, just a boy being a boy. Breathing, I mean, the air right now is so crisp, so clear. And you are so silly. You are loving it. I mean, there's times you're getting...
Open the hatch, Mama.
Open the hatch, poof, there he goes. There's times where, I mean, he's just so frisky from all this. I'm not getting Lucy out on this one because we did just stop, but she's getting so frisky. And I think, folks, what I'm trying to inspire you is, if you can, sometimes in your life, take times to do this, where you just, you know, I don't even know what's going on in the news. I haven't had hardly any signal for 4 or 5 days now. I have no idea what's going on in the news, you know, drama, any of that. Just, sometimes you just gotta live life. And that's what I'm hoping to inspire you through a lot of my travels. Yeah, look both ways, huh? And I'm also inspiring you to be safety smart, you know. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you just gotta get out there and remember to still live life. Whatever is going on in the news, current events, you know, your friends, your family, your job, school, whatever. Just get out. Live life. And be silly, huh? Remember to be silly, huh, Teddy?
Yeah.
All right, are you ready to go find another one, bub?
Yes.
Okay. Pulled into another overlook because, yeah, Teddy's been talking about how much he loves just rolling around on the grass. And when I pulled in and I saw it's just a big field also that he can get some rolling and sitting and everything. And Lucy's using the potty, so I'll scan past her and focus on Teddy. Yeah? What are you doing, Teddy Boo? Rolling. Oh, I mean, it is like 64 degrees, and it is, I don't know, probably between noon and 12:30, and you just can't beat this for, there's a sports car. I mean, the weather is just perfect, huh? You gonna roll too? Are you gonna roll too?
You guys.
Look at you. This is why we do 1,000 tick checks a day, huh? Yeah, I'll give my little safety spiel because there's more than just Lyme disease. I myself have alpha-gal syndrome caused by a tick bite, which makes me allergic to mammal products and foods and drinks and everything. But there's also like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 other viruses besides Lyme that you can get from ticks. So, I mean, I've learned to not be as fearful. Like a year ago when I was first diagnosed, I was petrified to have any of us go back into the woods, and then I learned same thing. Sometimes you just gotta live life. A lot of times I do put repellent on him. A lot of times I am checking him, teaching him how to check himself. But a boy's got to be a boy. And he loves being in the woods and in the country. He loves everything. I mean, he likes cities and theme parks and all that too. But it's really cute. The other day he picked up a crow feather and he's like, I'm going to put this in my museum. All right, just go a little ways and come back, please. Run, run, run. This is perfect. He could be as loud as he wants to be. I should show you the view while I'm here, though. Just to show you that, yes, there is also a nice view here. I don't know how to pronounce this. Kahas Mountain. Elevation 3.5. Oh, the elevation of the mountain is 3.571. The elevation here is 3.013. Let's see. Oh, I can't report.
Why don't you want this picnic area? So that's where we go party.
It's a nice looking body. It's a cabin body.
Yeah, cabin party. So this is our buffet we having.
We're having a chip buffet.
Yeah, it's a buffet.
Gotta use up some of the regular wavies, and then there's tortilla chips underneath.
Tortilla, that's 12.
So yeah, I was mentioning. So the restrooms are neat. It's like it has an old cabin look to it, but they are modern restrooms. There's flush toilets and there's sinks with running water. So yeah, we're continuing our just snacking our way along. That's why I had bought the gluten-free tortilla chips, but I had some of the wavy Lays that we had to use up from another bag, so I just tossed them on top. But it's easier to keep them in that nice container so they stay fresh. But yeah, it's a really spacious picnic area. I mean, we drove quite a ways up in here because I was looking particularly for the restroom. They got nice little stone picnic tables. Well, it looks like older fire pits, maybe not to be used anymore. I'm not sure. They do have charcoal grills, plenty of parking spaces. There's also like a loop trail here, but I don't know how long it is, so we're probably not going to do that today. We're getting rather close to our campground anyway. So he loves playing in this. I'd say at one time they did use them at like fire pits, and he was saying, but it's not a campground. I said, well, a lot of picnic areas, like at Seawall back home in Acadia, I say back, you're going to learn I'm a Mainer, and Mark and I say back home referring to Maine, even though we have not lived in Maine in like 15 years, but because it probably used to be chained down at one time so people wouldn't take the concrete blocks. Anyway, this is called the Smart View Recreation Area, Smart View Picnic Area, and so then the loop is called the Smart View Loop Trail. Are you going to have more chips, or are you all done, honey?
No, just sitting.
Just sitting. You can carry some of your chips over there and eat them if you'd like to.
Yeah. After I get them on a plate.
Yeah, you can use that top if you want to. Yeah. Carry it carefully. Lucy thinks she's going to have them. Lucy, you can't have chips, honey. I know, I travel hair, hat hair, don't care. These are the times when you're glad it's not crowded. Like there's like, the only other people here are two women bird watching. Teddy had to go use the restroom again, this time number 2. So all of a sudden I'm hearing faintly, Mama, help, Mama, help. And I'm like, oh no, what is it? Top the chips, grab the chips, the water, Lucy, the GoPro. Luckily, nobody in the men's room. I go in. And he's like, I can't pull the toilet paper down. And these are the things down the road you chuckle at, which is why I'm including the story, because I think there's probably other parents, grandparents, anybody out there who's ever had experience with kids and you're traveling and stuff. And these are the times where you just kind of got to smile, but don't make them feel embarrassed. So I was going to get him some toilet paper, and there's no other stalls, so I couldn't like steal any from another stall and hand it under to him. So I'm like, you gotta unlock the door. So he unlocked the door, I unrolled some toilet paper, and I gave it to him. And then I go to step out. He gives me like literally a millisecond. He's like, okay, hurry out. And I'm like, Oh, gee, that's the thanks I get for helping you. Like I'd want to linger in there while he finishes doing his duty. But anyway, now he comes. So the more hilarious, humorous moments of traveling with young children who are quickly gaining independence, but then you're quickly reminded at times when they still need you so very much so. There's a lot of gnats here, but otherwise it's a beautiful picnic area. Really still gorgeous, gorgeous day. I told Teddy, I said, you're gonna like this one. This is a cute little stop. Rake's Mill Pond. The stone facing of the nearby mill dam was built early in the 19th century by one Jarman Rakes Miller. His operation was notable for a scheme of advertising that would credit a much later day. Rakes, we are told, allowed his customers the sole privilege of fishing for brook trout in his pond while they waited for their grist. Interesting. But yeah, it's kind of add another little touch to our day. So, like, I keep wanting to make sure I recommend it. This is certainly a must-do if you have, you know, kids with you that kind of want something different than just your average overlook. I'm filming while I step down the stairs, so forgive me. Do you see any fish, Teddy? Oh. Oh, honey.
What?
I do. Wow. I see all these minnows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. How is that for a shot? Teddy's been wanting a chance to put the GoPro underwater, so I did. I wouldn't let him do it because it's quite a reach here. I'm afraid he'd let go of it. Almost looks like something's trying to build a little dam there, but before I go underwater again, I want to show you. So it all goes right over here. Beautiful, beautiful stream. Looking back up at the car. Left Lucy in the car for this one because I knew I wanted both hands free to try to go underwater. When you're up in the mountains, you don't usually have a lot of opportunity for underwater shots. So, all right, we're gonna try one more. There, guys. How did you like that?
I like it a little bit.
I will have you film up the stairs, honey. I'm sorry I can't let you put it in the water. A, you get your fleece wet, and B, you're not quite as tall, and I'm afraid you'd let go, and it would go down over the stream, and we'd never have the GoPro again.
I hope that does not happen.
Right. So maybe not this time, bud, okay? But what a cool stop, huh? You glad I stopped for this one?
I hope there will be another one of these.
Well, you know what? I bet when we get into Great Smokies, you'll see some more stuff like this too, and more streams and stuff, honey. Yeah.
Not as deep as this one.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what we find down the road, huh? This was a cool stop. Look up here too. That's pretty. I'd give you a better look at the little fall here. Without stumbling down the banking. We have arrived. So this ends our trek on whatever day this was. I'll do better when I kick off tomorrow's. I'm just so far behind on like editing. So usually I look back at what the previous video was, but hope you enjoyed the little section of Blue Ridge Parkway with us from Peaks of Otter to Rocky Knob. This is our site, so we'll be kicking into a new video to review the Rocky Knob campground. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring, and we'll see you on that next one.